Hello there, and welcome back to another day where I have some free time. And in this day's video of unstd-c, we will be trying to make a generic syscall function, though this episode might be split into two, since, well, we'll be focusing on the declaration of the syscall function for now. So we can now make the include folder, which will have the syscall header. And then we can add our usual header guards. So if not defined, let's just call it syscall.h. And if define, and there's that. So I guess for now, the syscall function would just be a macro since, well, we don't have support for variadic functions yet. And in macros, you can just use the argument for varargs. So there's that. So what I want to have is, well, functions that would take different numbers of arguments, like the syscalls over here. So from 0 arguments to 6 arguments. So let us try to make that. Uh, but considering that these are 64-bit registers, maybe we'll also want the arguments passed on the macro to automatically be casted to a long integer. Better yet, let's make a type def from the long type to, um, let's just call it SCA or syscall argument. So the syscalls also return a long value. So SCA, and just call it syscall 0, since this will just take the syscall number. Then for 1, there will be one argument up to 6. Since syscalls do not take more than 6 arguments. So number 4, SCA 4. Wait, no. Supposed to be letter D. Then E. Oops. Then F. Oops. Now, how can we go about this? Since a syscall can take any number of arguments, I guess we're gonna need a way to um, count the arguments passed on the macro. So let's just call that SC and args. That will take, I guess, 6 arguments normally. And then it will return the 7th number. So return n. And the idea being there will be a macro that will call on n args with numbers as its arguments. So SC and args from the actual arguments number, then arg1, then 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And, well, I may have done this wrong. Maybe just 6. So it now correctly expands to 2 arguments. If this is supposed to be var, well, if that is what it contains anyways. Now we need a way to concatenate the result of the macros. So sc cat. I'm making 2 of these since, well, just having this operator over here will just concatenate the actual name of the arguments. And that's not what I want. So another one that will call on the underscored version so that the macros would be expanded first when this is called to be concatenated by this macro. Well, it seems, well, it is a bit tricky to explain. So, well, let's add the compile flags for now so that we can see this in action. -I include as well as the build include. And then restart the Clang daemon. Now we can see here that, well, main is not supposed to have this. But in the C runtime, when we try to call concat, well, we gotta include that header first. So syscall h, then sc cat, just call b and c over here. It will be bc. But if we define the macro b as 1, well, it's still b. But if we use the other concatenation macro, well, it will now be 1c. So it expanded the macro when we did that. And that's what I want. Next up is to actually have syscall. Call syscall. Well, the syscall functions anyways with vargs. Though, yeah, maybe I can copy and paste this. The first SCA shall be a define. And there will be 2 underscores instead of 1. Now we can remove every SCA mentioned over here. Also, the same with the semicolons. Now we can create a macro over here that would copy the syscall. Wait, I'm doing this wrong. So let's retry that. Copy this. Then paste it. And I guess that will be fine now. So let's try it. I guess I messed that one up. Then. So one more. So 5 at p. There you go. Also for I wonder how I should do this. But I guess I'll just leave that for now. But the goal is to have the syscalls automatically cast every argument they have into SEA. So I guess we can do it like this. It's gonna be a pain, but we can use Vim's find and replace function. No, not and replace, but substitute. So the parentheses will have SCA. The same with the comma. Maybe I should have made a macro for this. Wait a second. This one is fine, but I messed this one up. Should be fine now. Number 4. This is getting a bit tedious, to be honest. But that is that part done. Though I did not do this globally for everything highlighted. So I have to do this a few more times. Now there are SCAs that are double casted. So it should be over here then. And I guess we're done with that part. Now we need to have syscall actually call on this macros. So use scat with syscall and scnargs with vargs, and it will have vargs as its values. Though nargs is not really right yet. So let's just do this. Another macro trick called the underscore version from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. But first, VARs shall be here. Oops. And let's try having syscall over here. So syscall, how about 60? Oh, it's using syscall 1. That should be syscall 0. So I miscounted over here. There you go. Syscall 0. And if it has the exit value, another value or argument will now be syscall 1, 2, very nice, 3. Okay, that is pretty nice. So I guess that's the first part done on making the generic syscall function. So on the next video, we'll be adding the implementations of the syscall functions. So thank you for sticking with me this far. and may I see you on the next one.